Guys, so I just got done video scratch that. I just got done recording a video. I went to the Dollar Tree and I found books, whatever. So it's just like a little mini haul thing and talking about like just about the books in general that I found. But I went on Twitter today because I never really go on Twitter, but I like seeing like the news and just stuff like that, or if there's like new people that I can follow and just poking around, kind of like Instagram, because normally I'm on my Facebook going down my news feed, so I just want to try something different. And I'm never really on Twitter, but a lot of people have been hating on Pink Sparkles lately, and hate is a very strong word, but I can see why people are like disliking her at the moment. And okay, one thing's first. A lot of us did pre-order the palette, and I did, because it's one of those things, like, she's like the only one that I really watch on YouTube. I've watched her like in the beginning, and she kind of gave me the courage to make videos myself, because it's been something that I've been wanting to do. And when I like found her, I don't know, she reminds me of me, if that makes sense. And that's, and I do like her content and stuff like that. But I can see why a lot of people are upset about this, because when you pre-order something, you're like so excited. Like, I pre-ordered it as soon as she announced it, and I was like, oh my god. Especially it was on the week that I got paid, so it's not like I had to wait forever. But one of the things that I will say that I did, question about was when it said, pre-order. The pre-order was like $25 instead of $35 for if you order it that week. Well, the pre-order was like long. It was very long. And which it is expected, because when you order, let's say you order the new Xbox, right? And you can pre-order it, but the launch date could be, but at least they tell you the launch date, which no one really knew when the launch date was supposed to happen. It didn't say like shipping out on this particular day. And in the beginning, when I pre-ordered, I'm going to go with my experience, and I will say what everyone else is thinking. When I pre-ordered it, I only had, at checkout, it only gave me the confirmation number, and I didn't get an email. And I was kind of upset about that, because I just wanted to make sure it went through, because I was having issues with the time. I tried on my computer, it wouldn't let me pre-order it. And I tried on my phone, it wouldn't let me. I went onto my Kindle, and it finally let me on my Kindle, but I had to sign in as guest. And I tried to pre-order it as guest on all these devices, but my Kindle worked. And I was like, oh, well, maybe because there's like such an overwhelming that people are pre-ordering, and maybe that's why it kind of like delayed. But I never got an email. And then I finally got an email a few days ago about the refunds, and a lot of people are getting refunded. I am not yet. Like, I've been checking my stuff, and I'm the type of person that I don't really care, because I had the money, right? I had the money too. I deducted it and everything, and I had the money. So it's like, I'd rather have the palette than get my money back, because this is one of those things, like, I wanted something from one of my favorites, YouTubers. Even if I didn't use it, I would have it in my collection. I would have it, as a display, as like a memory thing. And I was going to go back and get another one just in case I did use it. And I could just like save the other one unopened, and just as a memory thing, since they, were cheap. I think that they were, they were cheap, yes, but at the same time, like, my Too Faced mini palettes that I have, the peanut butter and jelly one, and the to be cute or whatever it is, that cute one that they have. Um, it's a 9-pan palette for $35 versus 6-pan palette for $35, which the $25 to me was worth it, but at $35 it wasn't. But it depends on how you look at it. Like, if it wasn't being pre-ordered, that I would have spent the $35, I just would have been a little bit more cautious, because I would have liked to have it, just as like a memory thing, you know what I mean? But with like research and everything on Twitter, I was like, what? And I don't really know, because like when things don't go right, especially like picking on somebody, like how supposedly this company that she was working with are taking money out of people's accounts, which that hasn't happened to me. I don't know if it happened to anybody. And when I was like doing a little bit more research, because I research everything to make sure that I'd at least get my money back, right? So I've only seen one person. I don't know if they're telling the truth, which I don't want you to screenshot your bank and stuff like that. That's a personal thing. But I mean, just because it hasn't happened to me, but I haven't heard any stories of it happening to anybody else. I do know that she recently tweeted on Twitter that, let her know if they are getting their refund or not. And I did comment on there. I said, so far I haven't, but I will let you know if I do. And I've been checking. It did say it takes the 5 to 15 business days. So when that video came out, it's been 3 business days. So I'm kind of hoping that there's something in there, even though I much rather have the palette. And another thing too that I wish that they would have just done, I wish so supposedly there's supposed to be 2,500 pallets that should have been sold before they can even make it or ship it or whatever that they were like doing. So they only had 1,000 people that pre-ordered this. I think those 1,000 people should have gotten what they paid for, because YouTube and just social media in general is huge, and people, they didn't really know the company. Like when she first came out with this, people were just like kind of complaining, because they're like, we don't know how this company is. They just didn't want to spend their money, and like they did not like their palettes or their makeup in general. Because I never heard of that company either, but I can't go by that. Coming from somebody that only shopped at the drugstore for makeup, shopped at Elf Cosmetics, I did not know about Too Faced, NARS. I didn't know about Lush. I didn't know about MAC. I didn't know about Urban Decay. I didn't know about any of that until a year ago. Until like about a year or two ago, that I like kept on watching like different people, and I was like, what is this company? Like, how cheap or how expensive they are. So far, I am sticking with Too Faced. I no longer like Elf. I mean, some of their stuff is great, but since I did find a little bit better, I did try it, and I absolutely love it. So it's just one of those things. Just because you didn't hear about something doesn't mean that their product was going to be bad, or it doesn't mean it was going to be good either. But it's worth a try. And especially if they had just, I mean, it's in their contract, but they can't, but I wish they could have just gave those people that ordered, just had it shipped. Because then people that, that like me, that do videos or Twitter or Instagram, they could have reviewed it, and then maybe they would have gotten more. Like, I know that, she reviewed it, but it was hers, trying to advertise it, which is smart. It's like me, if I came out with like a candle, right? And I know this is like way different than makeup, but if I came out with a candle and I wanted everybody to go out and pre-order them. But I'm saying how good it is. But is it because I just made it? I mean, at the first, you're like, why would you make something that you wouldn't even like? Or why would you make something that, is crappy? Kind of like, a Yankee Candle. They found what people like. They tried different things. And it's just whatever, But people just like to try things on their own, which you kind of can't in this case. But I wish along with it or something that there was some type of sample that, like, when you pre-ordered it, that there was like a sample that you could have tried like during that time frame, and then you could have canceled like whenever you wanted type thing if you didn't like it. Just, I don't really know how to explain it, but I mean, that's a lot where a lot of people, that's probably why she has so many subscribers, but then only 1,000 pallets got sold. Like, that does not make a lot of sense, because especially like a lot of people, subscribe to her, but only 1,000, so that's not even half of her subscribers that pre-ordered this. But I just wish that the people that did pre-order it would have gotten it anyway, due to with everything going on. So that is just my opinion, and I don't really want to get hate. I'm not calling anybody out. I'm not calling anybody a liar. I'm just stating my opinions. And I watched a video. I think his name is Sanders. I think I watched a video on that only because I was curious if he had a YouTube or not, and I found the video, and so I was just watching the video, and he wasn't really calling anybody out either, but I mean, it did seem like a little sketchy. But overall, do I think that she's, a kind, good person? I think so. I do not know her outside of YouTube, but I think that she just had good intentions. And it's one of those things which I can understand too, is when you get super excited, like, hey, I'm a small YouTuber, I'm not that great, but, and if someone like wanted me, hey, I know that you like chapstick, would you like to come out with like a chapstick or whatever? No, jump on that, because that's like, oh my god, and I think that you don't think about researching something before you get into it, because you're like so excited, so you have that mindset like, oh my goodness, right? It was one of those things, but also I think that, her manager should have done more research on this, and everybody should have known about that no one will be able to get their pallets until they, until they reach their goal. And I thought that goal was met. Like, I thought that, like, the pallet was, like, I think she also had everybody under the influence that it was doing great, and that, it was overwhelming. Like, 1,000 for a pallet, yeah, that's a lot. But if you had to reach 2,500, then it wasn't, you're almost there, but not quite. But I think everybody should have been told that. Say, hey, I am coming out with a pallet, but before anybody can come out with it, if you pre-order it, you will be locked in to get one, and that they won't actually be getting made and shipped until I reach this certain amount. I really don't know. It's just very sad for everybody that, was excited for this. I mean, I am still pretty upset, but it's like, hopefully I get my money back. That is just the thing. And now with like reading all these comments, like, I'm afraid that I won't be just because I've been having bad luck. Even when I tried emailing these people, like back in July, I was like, when are they supposed to be getting shipped? And I was asking like why, like, you know, from day one. I waited a few days. I never got a email confirmation. I didn't get any of that. So that's what kind of made me think, like, especially like they don't have a lot of followers on Instagram. They don't really have a lot of followers on Twitter either. So I don't know. But I just wanted to make a video. Do I think that he scammed everybody? I don't think that it's... I don't really know if you would call it a scam. I have no idea. It's just like one big misunderstanding. I think like a lot of people, especially her, like I don't think that she really knew what was going on, and I would have to agree with the guy that I found on YouTube. I don't think that she was really that involved in it, or they just... My guess was, I would have to say this through my experience. I don't know if this is the truth or not, but during my experience, there's a lack of communication from one end. It reminded me of like my old relationship where I'd be the only one contacting them, and then they wouldn't want to like have any contact with me until like, hey, I'm bored. Let's go ahead and talk to you type thing. It's like a big misunderstanding. It's like a relationship or a marriage gone wrong that no one knows what the hell is doing. It's like, you know, telling your husband, hey, by the way, the ceiling is falling down, or hey, the stove don't work, and then he doesn't like listen to you, or she, you know, don't listen to you. It was, I had a vibe like that. That's what I was getting from it, that she was like trying to reach out to them, and then they just didn't really want anything to do with her, or I don't really know. It just lack of communication. It could have been from both ends. It could have been from one end. I don't know. I wasn't there. I can just go from my experience when I was trying to reach out to them, and they either didn't write back to me, or they wrote back to me 2 weeks later. Oh, hey, so sorry about this. Due to the overwhelming, we're on high demand. That's what they sent me. I don't have my email. I really don't think so. I think I deleted it. Unless it's in the junk mail, I'd have to go look. I'll actually go look right now if I can without boring you guys. But that's what I did get in my email when I was asking, hey, why haven't I got a confirmation yet? And they did say, I don't know if I can find it in my email, but they did say due to the overwhelming of pre-orders that it probably went into my junk mail. And I was like, okay. Which, when they say overwhelming, I thought that they were like selling like crazy, like 5,000 or 10,000. That's how like they made it sound like to me. You know, it's kind of like going, I think someone would get more candy going trick-or-treating than 1,000, especially when you come home and say, if my kids came home, I have an overwhelming amount of candy, but I only got like 3 pieces, and then, you know, I don't know. Okay. Oh, I think I still have it. I think it was Fashion Tab that I... No, the only email that I have left is, which I don't know what the hell they're talking about, but as we mentioned in the previous email, the manufacturer was unable to produce the makeup palette and order volume we received. At the order volume we received, this means that not enough palettes were sold, and that is why BM Cosmetics is refunding everyone's money, which will take around 5 to 15 days, which they said 5 to 10, 15 days. they didn't say business days, so technically now, if you want to get technical, it's been 4 days and I haven't received my money yet. To arrive in your account, possibly longer if you live outside the U.S. I live in the U.S., so we've heard your concerns and we'd like to clarify some misunderstandings. In order to have completed the entire process, at least 2,500 pallets, which is 2,500, have been pre-ordered. Must have been pre-ordered to meet the minimum order quantity necessary to produce the pallets from the manufacturer. Sam didn't mention this number to our fans because we assumed it would be easily met. So that to me, I will say this before my time runs out. That sounds to me that she did know, which a lot of people were saying that she didn't know, and a lot of like people that were sticking up for her, which I still like her. I'm still subscribed to her. If she came out with another palette from a company that I knew or me researched before I pre-order it, I probably would. I know I would because I give people chances, and that's how I am. So that to me, when people were saying that she didn't know about it and things like that, then why would they write in here to make her look like a liar or to make her look bad? That's what I'm getting at this. If it is true that she did not know that she had to make 2,500 pallets, but a lot of people were saying that she did it, and then there was proof that she did not know, then that her manager failed to let her know, or she didn't even know herself. Sounds like miscommunication, but on here, in email, it said, didn't mention because they all assumed it would be easily met, which I would agree too. You have so many subscribers, but only 1,000 people pre-ordered. Many of you are wondering if BM Cosmetics still exists as a company. We'd like to clarify that BM Cosmetics has not shut down and you'll receive your money back. Fashion Tap was a company that facilitated the deal between piinksparkles and BM Cosmetics. It's not charge of manufacturing the palette or handling the refunds. We would like you to please wait patiently for your refund as we can't control how fast the banks will return funds to your account. If you have any further issues, please email. Thank you for understanding. Okay. So I think I will go ahead and email them. I mean, it has been 5 to 15 business days. But what I did not like with this email was the fact that we can't control how fast the banks will return funds into your account. Which, yeah, it is true. But if a lot of my bank, I know my bank, it is fast. And when I got a refund from a store company, I can't really say because it was my husband's Christmas present, but I used one of their online coupon codes for free shipping, and I was charged the free shipping, and I emailed them. I said, hey, I used this because it said it was like free shipping over 30, and so I used that free coupon or free shipping, and I still got charged. And they were closed, so I had to, email them the next day. And that night, I got my money back. But I will give it, since they didn't say 5 to 15 business days, they just said 5 to 15 days, which business days and days are different. Weekends are not considered business days, so now I can get that out of my head. So it's actually been probably like 5 days now, and I still haven't gotten my refund. That's what I am pissed about. If you're not going to give me my refund, I'd rather have the product. And how long is it really going to be for me to get that money back? Especially like I, have things that I could get with that. Especially my daughter's school pictures are coming out, and that would have paid for it. But I don't want everybody to think I'm not bashing anybody here. It's just things that sound really weird, and I still support her. I really do. I think that she means well, and it's just something that everybody, if something like this, like she, wanted to make another makeup palette, like say 6 years, a lot of people are going to remember this, and a lot of people are going to be very scared to do another pre-order. And I just feel bad for everybody. I feel bad for her too. And I just hope that everything works out in the future. And I'm sorry, I'm getting sick too. I just hope everything works out and leave the bad vibes behind, because now she can't if no one gets refunded, don't be like screaming at her. She can't refund anybody. It's the company that has to refund. She can't refund everybody. So just remember, you're not alone. A lot of people, thousands of us, pre-ordered this palette, and we're all going through the same issue too. And I would like to add something. I will say you really should have done research, because now everybody is gonna be confused. If you go to why do you do that? If you go to their online store, which I have a few, here we go. But that's Australia, though. I didn't want Australia. I wanted for the U.S. Oh, here we go. If you're in the U.S., go to bmcosmeticsus.com. Okay? And watch this. I can't really show you guys. Oh, never mind. They took it down. Well, for the longest time... Oh, yeah. So they finally took it down, but for the longest time when it was announced, it still showed... After the pre-order was gone on their website, it still showed that it was still on pre-order, which... They must be really slow. So I wouldn't really be complaining at her. It's not her fault that company is slow. It just happens. And I don't think a lot of... Okay, I just read you my email. And it didn't say business days. But if you go to the website, it says, to all Pink Sparkles palette customers, full refund is in process. It will take approximately 5 to 15 business days. We are truly sorry that you were unable to fulfill the product that we were. If you have any further questions, please email to our support. Thank you. It didn't say that in the email. It didn't say 5 to 15 business days. It just said days. So this company just seems very sketchy. I'm not going to blame her, but you should have done a little bit more research on the company. That's all I'm saying. And I probably could have made this video shorter, but I just wanted to go on my rant. And I will try to find some videos that you can watch for yourself if you want. And, I can't really make up your mind. I can't really tell you, go ahead, go hate her, go get mad at her. I believe it's not really her fault. I mean, a small portion, on both ends, her and her manager, they both should have done more research. But I would say it would be the company's full blame. More than half, like 90, I'll go with 96. 96%, I would blame the company. And even if she didn't want to state it, even if she didn't know about how much they had to reach, it should have been stated in email, or on the website. It's just something that they wanted to try, and due to the fact that it wasn't a big company like Too Faced that was promoting her, it was from a company that no one really knew about, and If that was the case, then maybe it should have been $10, $15. I don't really know, but something cheaper to get it out there more fast. So anyway, I hope you guys have a good day, and sorry for my rant. My rant is over, and I will see you in my next video.